Eric Wilson here, 30 years experience, and in the next short while I'm going to show you the inside story on this 2009 Tiguan so you can make yourself an informed decision on whether this is for you or not. Now, coming in on the front left tire, you got about 50% tread in all season radios, down but definitely not out. Coming behind the front left tire, this is the left lower ball joint, and it's critical. It's tight. It's critical to be tight, and it is tight. Your left rear brakes, you've got about 30,000 K. You got quite a bit of pad left on your brakes there. Your left outer CV boot. Now, these are full of grease, and if it was ripped, you'd see grease all over the place. Important not to be, because it lubricates the CV axle. This is your left sway bar link connected from here up to there. Now, that's important to be connected because it dampens the sway when you go around the corner, and that is connected. This is your left outer tie rod. Now, this is critical to be tight because it's the only thing that holds the wheel to the steering. This is tight. Let's see, the shot of the inner CV boot. Okay, a little harder to see, but that CV boot is full of grease, and again, if it was ripped, you'd see grease all over the place. So that is good and tight and dry. So now, speaking of dry, on the bottom of the motor here, I am not seeing any indication of leaks. So far, brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise, on the front left side, all is well. Now, this here is your catalytic converter. Nothing wrong with it. Big problem is people are reaching under and going cut and getting $200 at the wrecking yard, and you've got yourself about a $1,500 repair. If you buy the vehicle, come to me, because I'm going to put a free catalytic theft protection system on there to stop that from happening. Just call me, in and out, 30 minutes, and that won't be happening to you, my friend. Now, coming across to the front right tire, again, about 50% tread on all season radios. Right outer tie rod is tight. Right lower ball joint is tight. Right outer CV boot, good and dry. The right sway bar link connected from here up to there, intact, doing its job. The right inner CV boot there, good and dry. So, and brakes, 30,000 K. Your front right tire, about 50% tread on all season radios. So down but not out. So brake-wise, leak-wise, suspension-wise on the front right, I'm not seeing any issues. Now, following the exhaust down, following it down, all intact, no cracks, no breaks. Here's a resonator, and then following it down to your exhaust, and your exhaust is intact, no issues that I can see. In fact, it's actually very clean under here for an 09. Now, this is your right rear tire, definitely shot. You're going to need a right rear tire 100%. On your front, your rear brakes, you've got about 15,000 K, not 30,000 K like the front, but you've still got some good K in there. Your left, now this tube here is your right rear shock, and it's full of oil. If it was leaking, you see it dripping all the way down there. Important not to be, because it controls the sway. This is your right rear suspension, intact, doing its job. This here is your right rear CV axle, and the outer CV boot on that thing is right there. See for yourself, good and dry. The right inner CV boot right here, good and dry. More importantly, right here is the leak point where the drive shaft comes out of the diff. That is dry. Another point with the leak point would be right here where the drive shaft goes into the rear diff, good and dry. And then the right, and then on the left side here, tiny bit of sweat, but not an active leak on the left rear CV axle and CV boot. Coming across to the left tire, definitely gone. You need two tires for the rear. The left spring suspension intact. The left shock, good and dry. Your CV boot, good and dry. Your outer CV boot, good and dry. This is your left sway bar link connected from here to here. Again, doing its job of dampening the sway as you go around the corner. Your right sway bar link connected from here to here, intact and doing its job. Okay, so other than a slight sweat on the right rear axle, I am not seeing anything of concern. I'm sorry, I'll correct that. On the left rear axle, the right rear axle is dry. Okay, now we've got 1, 196071. You've got a check engine light, and that check engine light is because there's multiple misfires, which means the car needs a tune-up, which is going to cost about $200. That bulb right there is a tiny bulb in the front. I'll show you that, which one that is, and that's the reason why you've got the check engine light and the bulb on there. You've got nice looking windshield here, dash looking good, and I'm going to go take you out and show you the condition of the motor now. Okay, with the motor running. Okay, now, and the bulb that's missing is right, a little bulb right there. That's in the front left. Shot of the exhaust with the motor running. Very clean. Okay, so you're going to need to change the little bulb right in there. That's like about a, $10 bulb and, 10-minute job kind of thing. Change that thing. Now, on your motor, I'm just going to show you a condition under, take a look under the oil cap. And what I do, I always pull the oil cap and I look for any indication of white goo, which will be a mixture of oil and antifreeze, which is a big problem. I am not seeing any indication of that. In fact, as far as I can tell, this car has been well maintained. However, you do need a tune-up, so be aware of that. That's like about a $200 job, parts and labor. Very easy on these Tiguans to do a tune-up, like about a 20-minute job. Now, other than that, I'm not hearing any indication of problems with the motor or any real major problems with this car at all. So hopefully this will help you make an informed decision. And remember, if you buy the vehicle, contact me, because I want to put the catalytic theft protection system on it and a 10% fuel saving device that I've used for 20 years. And that costs you nothing, my friend. Contact me. I'll have you in and out the door in 30 minutes, not only saving fuel, but saving your cat as well. Have a good one.